PNG Power concerned over illegal power usage. Baki confident of security operations for FIFA Tournament. And a rousing welcome for the Brazilians.
This is National EMTV News with Miriba Tulo.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Sunday's news. Police Commissioner Gary Baki is confident Papua New Guinea will deliver a safe and secure FIFA World Cup tournament. The Commissioner said because of the joint security operations by the RPNGC and the Australia Federal Police, he believes security for visiting athletes is guaranteed. He made the comment when giving an update on FIFA security.
Security operations for FIFA began last Monday. It involves a number of shifts which are supervised by senior police officers. There are 3 different security operations, all aimed at providing a safe and secure FIFA. It involves over 120 police women and an additional 200 policemen. These operations include police escort from the airport to the accommodation areas, training grounds and games venue, roadblocks and vehicle inspections, and search and inspection of games venues.
I'm confident. Like I've said, you heard me saying, we are Papua New Guineans, and like we host the South Pacific Games.
The security operations for FIFA were launched in Port Moresby last month. The policewomen from other provinces who are involved in this operation are already in Port Moresby. The operation will end on the last week of November. Tekla Gunga, National EMTV News.
Security operations for the 2017 national elections have been appropriated 121 million kina. However, these monies will be shared between the 3 disciplinary forces. Police Commissioner Gary Baki said all 3 forces will be working together to provide security prior to and during the election.
Of the total funding that is given, 121 million is basically for security operations. Security operations is not planned. We don't divide ourselves up in terms of the security planning. So the defense, police, and CS all together, the 121 belongs to the entire security operations.
The increase in illegal power usage in the country is something PNG Power Limited is concerned about. Customer Service General Manager Upa Mininga says this type of substandard work compromises lives and valuable properties.
High incidences of burning buildings and lives lost are results of illegal power connections by consumers from main lines into their homes. For safety measures, PNG Power Limited has been responding swiftly by disconnecting lines, but people have turned a blind eye on this extremely dangerous practice.
So the illegal connection is a big problem, but PNG Power is certainly doing something about it. We have a plan in place and we will roll that out throughout the country.
He warned customers that not paying for the power is morally wrong and it also defrauds the company's products and services. This substandard type of work basically compromises lives and valuable properties. PPL's challenge now is to go out and do awareness by encouraging customers to access power only through legal means. To mitigate this, a penalty fine of 2,000 kina will be imposed on illegal power users.
When PNG Power finally catches up with our good customers out there, they will regret to pay an FT fee. So it's important for our customers to come in and actually pay for the power that they're using.
Eric Arupma, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. We'll have some stories making headlines overseas when we return. Welcome back to National EMTV News. Some parts of Simbu province in the Highlands region have been facing continuous power outages for the past several weeks, a result of frustrated locals cutting trees directly onto towers and power lines over outstanding tower-based payments. PNG Power CEO Chris Bice spoke to MTV about how PPL is addressing this issue.
The landowners basically go in, cut trees, and it falls onto our lines and causes a lot of disruptions. They're basically claiming that we have not paid for the either the tower base or the easement. But from our own records, basically when we go in and put up a tower, we pay for what is called a tower base, and the rates are based on the government rates. Also, tree crops are being paid for, and those also are based on government rates. But it's an ongoing issue that we face. It's a challenge, and we're basically looking at ways to try and mitigate that as a way forward, and a win-win. We find a win-win situation for all parties.
Turning overseas now, and Iraqis fleeing the Islamic State stronghold of Mosul reunited with their loved ones on Saturday at a refugee camp in the east of the city. Some families have not seen one another for more than 2 years.
Men, women and children were seen hugging and kissing in an emotional reunion. Many more waited anxiously outside the camp's fence. Kazare camp's inhabitants have to stay there until they have cleared security screening and other checks. Thousands of people have left Mosul since Iraq's regular troops and special forces, along with Shiite militias, Kurdish Peshmerga fighters and other groups backed by US-led airstrikes, launched their campaign to retake the city nearly 3 weeks ago. At least 22,000 people have been displaced since the start of the Mosul offensive, according to the United Nations, excluding thousands of other families from nearby villages forced back to the city by retreating Islamic State fighters who use them as human shields. Mosul is still home to nearly 1.5 million people who risk being caught up in brutal urban warfare. Melissa Gaviro, EMTV World News.
One of more than 200 Chibok schoolgirls abducted by jihadist group Boko Haram from the school in northeast Nigeria's Chibok in 2014 has been found by soldiers with an infant boy. This has been the latest development of rescue operations by Nigerian troops in weeks after the militants released 21 of the girls. The Borno state government intends to rescue all of them.
Mariam Mayanga was rescued along with a 10-month-old infant and a member of the Boko Haram group by Nigerian troops in Pulka, an army spokesperson said. He said the girl was discovered by troops who were screening escapees from Boko Haram's base in the Sambisa forest on Saturday morning in Pulka, Gwoza local government area in Borno state. Bring Back Our Girls, a group of campaigners with close ties to the relatives of those abducted, said preliminary investigations showed the girl was number 198 on its register of the kidnapped girls. In a statement, the campaign group said she was from Askira Uba, a district of Borno state, and was abducted along with her twin, who is yet to return. Melissa Gaviro, EMTV World News.
You're watching National EMTV News. Don't go away. After the break, we'll have some sporting updates in Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The Brazilians didn't resist the surprising and overwhelming support from the Papua New Guinean fans that they had to stop the shuttle bus to greet them upon their arrival in Port Moresby this morning. They shook hands and chatted with the crowd. Brazil and Korea are some of the big names of FIFA Under-20 women's football who arrived today for the upcoming FIFA tournament.
The South American champions arrived to a rousing welcome of smiles this morning at the Jacksons International Airport. The team was received by a group of fanatic Brazil supporters and fans. The Brazilians, showing the true spirit of football, stopped their team shuttle bus and went out to meet their welcoming crowd. Meanwhile, the Korea Republic was the third team to arrive, looking relaxed but excited to be here in Papua New Guinea. Meanwhile, the host nation Papua New Guinea returned from their trial matches in New Zealand. Coach Lissakol is confident the first 11 players will give them a fair challenge when they play Brazil on the 13th of this month at the Sir John Guy Stadium. Shane Saroya, National EMTV Sports.
Meanwhile, the couples, the PNG men's football team, will leave for Malaysia tomorrow for a friendly match against Malaysia and Iran. The matches will be played in Kuala Lumpur. National coach Fleming Siretslev said the team is looking forward to facing their opponents. The matches will test the strength of our men against the Asian teams.
As you will know, we have 2 friendly games. First game will be on 10th of November against Iran. The second game will be against Malaysia on 14th. Both matches played in Kuala Lumpur. I'm very much looking forward to those 2 matches, and especially the match against Iran will really show us where we actually are compared to some of the best teams in the world.
The Bulldogs NRL club has been acknowledged for their generosity in helping to improve several schools in New Ireland province. Principal of Nehemiah Christian School, Julie Che, said the club has strengthened a partnership with New Ireland province by contributing to developments in education.
And there was a poem being recited by a child, and this child said, "Your heart makes me learn well. Your commitment makes me learn well. Your perseverance makes me learn well."
Nehemiah Christian School is located at Kaplaman village, outside of the capital of New Ireland, which is Kavieng. This school was one of Bulldog's chosen educational institutions where they assist with infrastructure development.
I'd just like to say thank you for them. Thank you that they can come down real low and find us in this corner of the world and help us solve some of the many problems that we have. And
Pioneer adult literacy student Jeannie Morris enrolled with Nehemiah Christian School when this partnership began, that was forged through the assistance of Kavieng Hotel. And for NRL favourites and stars coming down to people's level in the rural areas is a blessing.
Mi amo so sol walking up the classroom do mi pla nice classroom mi sit down say long mi looking a more beautiful classroom winim narapla classroom o geta lo narapla school.
Meanwhile, the members of the Bulldogs Rugby League Club say they were happy to invest in Papua New Guinea's education development.
We had this year our club chairman, Ray Dibb, come over this year, and he had first-hand experience of sort of work we've been doing in the schools and the different communities.
And spread the word of rugby league in a country that really does understand what rugby league is, and really enjoyed having us around, and it's a privilege for us to be able to give the smiles to the kids' faces. And
Fabian Haklitz, National EMTV Sports.
Meanwhile, former Bulldogs player Jamie Feeney says that Papua New Guinea is blessed with flora and fauna. Feeney says that with their partnership with New Ireland Province, it has helped to enable them to discover the real Papua New Guinea. Spending their holiday in New Ireland Province to contribute to education development in the country is a beautiful experience, and the Bulldogs will work to promote this tourism destination.
Doing our best to spread the word and to see the faces of the kids and the smiles on the kids and the laughter, and to hear some of the songs that they've sung to us, and we got involved in some of the dancing last night, and it really is a very beautiful, peaceful, quiet place. And I'll be telling everyone I can back home that Papua New Guinea is a great place to go and have a holiday and really experience the different culture and have a great time.
Australia beat New Zealand in their second Four Nations match, 14 points to 8. New Zealand tried to fight back with a try, which was denied by the referee in the last minute.
10 from their own line, 5 tackles.
Australia would have scored first through Blake Ferguson after finding the Kiwis' defence short.
Blake Ferguson is over.
Jonathan Teston lined up for the conversion but missed, leaving the scores at 4-0.
Put it the wrong side he has. Just slides by the right-hand stick.
Few minutes later, Kiwis defense stumbled and Boyd Codner made a bust. Then a show and go from Michael Morgan, which draws 3 players to put Ferguson in a hole.
Thurston right, one tackle and a second, and I think he's got himself over the line here. Jonathan Thurston touches.
This time he's successful with the kick from a slightly kinder angle. Australia led 10-0 at half-time.
A minor miracle, it's only 10 points to 0 because Australia deserving at least that scoreline.
Yeah, they've played really well.
However, in the second half, Kiwis came back stronger with the first ever try through Solomon Kata.
His way over here. Solomon Kata, with all the power he possesses.
Kiwi wasn't going down without a fight, which saw Jordan Rapana crossing over to bring the scores up to 14-8.
Wow, what a try that is! Jordan Rapana will finish, but it was the magic of Johnson.
In the last minute, Sean Johnson gets held up in goal, and the Kiwis back at the 10-meter line with one last play.
Has he got that ball down? What a big moment this is!
Meanwhile, in the earlier match, England beat Scotland 32 points to 12. Dean Rose Ryko, National EMTV Sports.
And that ends Trukai Sports. After the break, we'll have your weather details for the next 24 hours.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
Here's a look at the weather forecast over the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby, a chance of light showers, a shower or two in Daru and Kerma, cloudy periods in Alotau and Popondetta. To the Momase region, evening showers expected in Lae, showers and rain in Wau, brief showers in Madang, fine weather in Wewak and Vanimore. To the New Guinea Islands region, fine weather in Lorengau and Kavieng, showers and thunderstorms for Kokopo, Rabaul, Kimbe and Buka. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, all these centres can expect a shower or two over the next 24 hours.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
And that's the way it is this Sunday, the 6th of November 2016. Stay tuned for more entertainment on EMTV. The grand final of Vocal Fusion Season 4 is up next. On behalf of the EMTV News team, enjoy your working week. Good night.